Hello there, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelsey with Teaching Online with Kelsey. So if this is your first time seeing me, please make sure it is not the last time by hitting that red subscription button and the bell down below so that you are notified of new videos on my channel every week. And to also get this video a thumbs up, it does support me and this channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. As you may have guessed by the title of this video, I'm going to be going over with you just online teaching one-on-one. So if you are brand new to online teaching or you're really wanting to try out online teaching, but you're not really sure where to start, or if you've been looking into it in 2022, but you were like kind of scared and you're like, I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to wait until next year, which is 2023, to finally get the ball rolling on being an online teacher. Of course, if by the end of the video you still feel like you need some more help, or if you just like some more group mentoring or one-on-one guidance with me, then I encourage you to join in on my YouTube memberships, which the signups for that are going to be down below, and you'll get a personalized plan from me and other fellow online teachers that join in on the mentoring part of the program, to where we are able to help you out and assist you in your online teaching journey. Now, I know the running theme for online teaching is a lot of you that look into online teaching just strictly want to do online teaching and nothing else. And if you were a part of the big announcement with VIP Kid, which is now VIP Teacher, you know, their whole scope of the idea is for you to run your own business and to be able to run your own social media platforms and be able to do all these things that, even though a lot of us online teachers are already doing, many of you just simply want to teach. And that's the biggest frustration in being an online teacher, is that there's not necessarily a program anymore, not really at least, where you can roll out of bed and teach classes and at least make a decent amount of money, at least the amount of money that you deserve as an online teacher. And that's one of the things in this particular video that I'm going to help you get started with, and hoping that you can just simply teach on whichever platform or platforms of your desire, and that's going to be your sole focus. So here is the very first step that you need to do before you start applying to programs, before you start buying materials, okay? The first thing that you need to figure out in being an online teacher for 2023 is you should figure out if you are going to write your own curriculum or if you should purchase your own curriculum. And this should also be a determining factor if you are wanting to be a private tutor in your own, in your own platform, and you already have a set of private students that you meet with, or if you want to rely on a platform like ALLSCHOOL or ALLSCHOOL to get students through there. And you can determine if you want to write your own lessons or if you want to purchase lessons, like say from ESL Pals, which I have done a video about ESL Pals before, so make sure to look up in the cards. I'll leave that video up there so that way you can find out more details about ESL Pals. But if you would like to write your own curriculum because you're not really sure about copyright, licensings, or you're only able to offer so many lessons from like a certain site, or just their packaging offers for like another company's pre-made lessons, it may just be completely out of your budget right now, but you don't really feel confident in learning how to write your own lessons, then that is why I created my 5-star online teacher course. So the signups for that are going to be down below, and I have that course that is half off now. So take up on that opportunity, especially if you are really trying to figure out your niche. I have a niche planner, and I show you step by step how to write your lessons and how your lessons will go as well. So make sure to take that time to decide if you want to write your own lessons or if you want to rely on another platform to also write the lessons for you so that you can just simply roll out of bed and teach. Did I also mention in my YouTube membership programs that if you are a loyal fan, you get a free lesson from me every month? No copyrights, no funkiness. Like, I write the lesson for you. I tell you, how this lesson will go, and you get it every month. Thumbnail included. Like, if you really truly just do not have the time to write your own lessons, like, you'll get that from me too. No pressure, of course. Your second step, once you have figured out if you are going to write your own curriculum or if you are going to rely on another person or another platform to write the lessons for you for the classes, then that's where you can actually decide to create your teaching space. Now, your teaching space does not have to be this elaborate space that you see here. I've talked about this in a previous video before, which again, I will leave in the cards, about setting up your online teaching space for $25 and under. And I go into full detail on what that setup could look like. But just remember, it does not have to be anything fancy. You do not have to have this fancy shiplap or pictures. You don't have to have it like I have it. You don't have to have it this elaborate background. As long as it's clean and it's well lit and it's quiet, you're generally going to be good. But more details about how to do that classroom setup is in that previous video that I did before. I definitely recommend checking that out as well if you're feeling a little unsure on how your online teaching space should look like. Your third step. So regardless of if you are writing your own lessons or if you're letting someone else write your own lessons, you still need to play around with CANVA. Now, you may have heard of CANVA before, maybe from other online teachers or maybe other online teacher YouTubers like me that have raved about CANVA and just how easy it is to create beautiful thumbnails for your classes. And even though you have, either you write your own lessons or someone else is writing the lessons for you, you still are responsible for creating the thumbnail artwork and the videos that go to the classes, whether on ALLSCHOOL or on ALLSCHOOL. So why not bump it up and really make it exciting for families by creating it on CANVA? And I do have a CANVA tutorial and how easy it is to use that, but also I cannot emphasize this enough about CANVA. Like, it has been a total game changer in terms of how I offer my online classes, how I run my business, how I run my YouTube channel. Like, I've been using CANVA religiously for over 2 years now. And I cannot, I have no bad words to say about CANVA. Like, CANVA is just really, really great. And I have a pro account and I have been able to get pictures and not have to worry about copyright infringement because I have full permission to use these pictures without any problems because of CANVA Pro. And so I have a link down below in my description box to try CANVA Pro for free for 30 days. And I promise it's no regrets doing so, because once you start playing around with it and seeing how easy it is to change it and have your picture on your face and the background taken away and you're like blended in with the picture and you're able to make little elements like glitter and glow and move and do all these really cool things with it, you're going to be like super, super happy with CANVA. I promise you. Number 4, once you have established what your lessons are going to look like, what your teaching space is going to be, and you've kind of experimented with CANVA a little bit and have fun with that, now you're finally going to get to the point where you start applying to the platforms of your choice. Now, if you haven't done so already, I do have a guide of 5 online teaching platforms that you can teach on without a degree. So, college students, this means you can do this as well. The sign up for the platforms is down below. It has those links instantly on there where you can apply right away. And you want to choose between 1 or 2 of those platforms. If you want to do all, great. I don't personally recommend that because that could be a little overwhelming. However, if you feel like you may get into one, but maybe not the other, you still have those other options. I would just choose your top 2 that you feel like you would be happy to apply with. So let's say it's ALLSCHOOL and Cambly. You feel like that fits better with your schedule. Apply to those platforms first. And if you get into those platforms and you're like, great, this is what I want to teach on, you can stop from there. However, let's say you got into ALLSCHOOL but not Cambly. Then your next step would be, okay, well then maybe I could do ALLSCHOOL. Then you have ALLSCHOOL as that option. But all those links to those platforms are going to be in that free guide that's down below in my description box. So all this information I'm going to share, by the way, is going to be down in the description box. So I definitely recommend checking those out before you leave this video. Number 5, once you have your established platforms, so meaning you've applied to them and you have been accepted into those platforms, this is where you are going to decide like your niche and the types of classes that you're wanting to teach on the platforms. So let's say it is ALLSCHOOL and ALLSCHOOL. So let's say for ALLSCHOOL, you want to offer writing and baking classes because they tailor to like midday afternoon crowds. And that's when, there's a demand there. So you want to say, okay, those classes belong on ALLSCHOOL. But let's say for ALLSCHOOL, maybe you want to do some ESL or some science lessons. You would dedicate those classes to those platforms alone. And, if you want to interchange, it's your choice. However, it doesn't hurt to have variety as well. But again, it's up to you. Maybe you have a specialty in science, or you have a specialty in baking, and you just want to broaden a wider audience. That's also okay. Either way, just take the time and establish what classes you're going to teach on which platforms. And then finally, once you have established the types of classes that you want to teach on the platforms, this is where you want to sit down and establish what your teaching schedule is going to look like. Now, yes, not only does it include, the times that you're going to be teaching these classes on either one platform or both platforms or whatever the situation is for you, but this is also going to include time allotted that you need to lesson plan for the lessons, especially if you're writing your own lessons. You also need to take the time to message out parents, like either before or after class, or if you need to have a conversation with one of the parents, in the classes if something happened, or maybe there was a parent that reached out overnight and said, hey, we're not going to be able to meet. Can we reschedule? Whatever those circumstances are. And you also need to take the time to schedule out more classes so that you can continue to see more learners too. Unfortunately, for a lot of these platforms where you are considered an independent contractor, you also need to carve out some time to create and schedule out those classes so that you can continue to see those learners as well. So hopefully these tips are going to be able to help you at least get the ball rolling in being an online teacher for 2023. And if you do have any other questions for me, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to talk to you and help you further in your online teaching journey as well. And if you have any other tips that you feel like is helpful, please share those with me as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.